All right, all you devils out there, how's it going? Sam here with you. Oh, we're just a little after 2 o'clock here on Friday the 4th. Well, Chris, we'll do a quick Bitcoin update. I'm going to spin around through a few things here, maybe something we haven't really looked at before, just in trying to simplify things. This is, I'm probably a little behind schedule here. I'll tell you exactly why. When did we get here, right? So we put in this low here on June, the 13th of June. We've been in this, well, let's see what we got. From 17 to 25, we've been in this 7K range for 4 months, right? So these videos get a little tougher and tougher to come up with, because there's no change here out at the higher degree. Now, this is a weekly, and I'm on the Brave New Coin, right? So I can get all the history. Right, operating premise is that from this oh shit, what was it? The 18 low. This is a 1, right? 2, maybe a 2. All right, 3, 4, 5, all still to come. That's the premise, right? We've been over this a gazillion times, right? So this, okay, it's a contender. Do we know that's the low? Of course not, right? We could be heading down lower. You could certainly see a path for this to just be, oh shit, here we do something like this, right? Maybe we get something corrective here, and then there's one more swoop down. So obviously we can't eliminate that. But the fact that we're holding here, oh, let's get you out of there. The fact that we're holding here, I think, encouraging, if I can get that out of there. Oh, shit, hang on. I don't use that thing very often. There we go. All right, so. Okay, perhaps some encouraging signs here. Now, okay, we've had a little kick today. Okay, does it change the trend out here? I mean, if we're looking at it long term, right? Long term, right? We're going to focus a little bit on long term and simplifying today. Oh, I'm going to get you to, don't worry, Elliott heads. We'll get into the wackiness of this current count, which is challenging, but I think ultimately, if you keep swing structure in mind, I think we've got something we can work with here. So is it time to get long? Well, okay, so if you're out here, again, trying to keep it simple, well, wouldn't one of the first things you'd like to see is a push up over the two, well, that's the God MA, right? To call it the 200. That's the average, right? The EMA and the SMA, right? So I like it. It's a proxy for the Vegas wave. Okay, so if we did something like that, okay, if we got up here and then we start to make a little retracement, right? You can see how that would potentially, oh shit, that's not going to work. Let's come back to this thing. So you can see how if this is here, if we're going to come down and retrace up and then start to come back down, boy, if we test this and we can get a hold, oh, right? I mean, that's a whole lot of, granted, I know, right? That's a hit on, past the hopium pipe, but, I'd like my hit. Okay, maybe. We've looked at this many, many times. If the impulse is complete, get you right on that. It's not like it's a requirement we get to the 50. It's just you can see how, okay, well, a little shy of it. We're not quite. We're between the 38 and the 50, right? So again, there's no requirement that we tag the 50, but you could certainly see, right, just based on just historical precedent, right, what's common for a wave 2. We're a little shy of it. Now, would Bitcoin be the one to hold? And oh God, we've looked at this many, many times, right? You can understand why we'd be holding here, right? Again, just as I talked about last week, if I brought this chart up, didn't tell you what it was, where would you anticipate the support, right? That does not mean it's going to hold. That just means that would be the obvious place that you would start saying, well, that looks like an obvious place. Here's the breakout. We've come all the way back to it, gone through, right? Now, can we launch from here? Okay, right. So we've been through that so many times. Just the one thing I'll note down here, our RSI is starting to climb a little bit. Again, means, let's see, where's a good example where we came out? Well, let's see. I don't know that I have one here. I don't, actually. That's encouraging. Okay, so if I go back here, we're going back to 2015. Okay, how many green lines do I have from 2015 on a weekly chart? I got a whole lot of reds. I got only 3 greens. What happened? What was the... Jesus Christ, look at that. I didn't even really looked at that. I should tally it up. What's from the last green line? Jesus, those are pretty amazing. From the last time that we had the RSI go below 20 and then come back, right, which creates the green line. I mean, again, right? I mean, just in the interest of simplifying, if you were going to keep this as drop dead simple, like, okay, I need a 5-year-old to tell me, okay, what should I do now? Well, I think even a 5-year-old could say, well, boy, it does sure seem like once that green line shows up that good things happen if you're long. But you see, now you look at that and you say, well, wait a minute, man. But okay, but RSI, what? So RSI is only good on buys? Well, I don't know that we need to go there. I mean, here's a whole lot of false breaks here, right? You know, in one of the greatest bull markets, raging, ripping bulls we've ever seen in terms of percentage return. So you can see how that would. Note here, one of the things that I consistently try and remind you guys, the 50 is, I would tell you, is as important, if not more important, than the 80 and the 20. You got to see what happens if we get over the 50, we're trending. If we can't get below it, right, which we struggle right here, test the 50, we're back up. Test the 50, we're back up. Can't even get to the 50. This is just, this is this stuff here. Right now, we get here. Okay, here's a little fake, back, double check. Now we're back down, right? We don't actually get there. The COVID low, look at how significant this is on a weekly. The COVID low does not get us below 20. No green line. Right? Would you like to have been there for that? All right. So, I mean, so you can't look at this and say, well, okay, well, boy, oh, well, I didn't buy that one. I didn't have a green line. You know, take it to a 3-day. Oh, shit, I don't think I can. Do I get daily here? I think maybe I do. Oh, yeah, I think I do. All right. So take it to daily off of weekly. Oh, I got a whole lot more green lines. Right? There's the value here is in the long-term picture. Okay. What's happening long-term? Right? How significant is that green? Oh, shit. It's not the green line, right? It's just where is the price relative to where it's been historically? Green line just happens to be what's noting this crossover. That's not anything to ignore, right? Now, what would really cinch it here for bulls? Well, sure would be nice to get over that 200. I mean, that's kind of a requirement here. So here we're below it. Here we're below it, right? We don't get there. Here we're below it. Okay, all right, we got work to do, right? We got to get up. Well, and we got to be sure that we don't get up to the 50 and then roll over again, right? We got to clear the 50, right? That's critical, right? So here, oh, push, right? There's the big push. So that's something to be watching for. What happens at the 50? Again, darn it, I had this guy's. I can't think of this guy. He's the probably the most prominent RSI educator in the field, and his name just escapes me. I can see his face. He's got a 1980 mustache. I can't think of his name. I think one of you guys will know me. Oh shit, I can't get it. I can't dig his name. God, I'm getting old. Can't dig his name out. Okay, but anyway, here I think I'm making my point here, right? Don't ignore a green line for a bull on a weekly chart. What was the date of that, actually, by the way? That's, we crossed July 18th. Didn't go back under here, right? So for those 4 months, we've just been building, right? Is that accumulation? Well, you can kind of talk yourself into that. I mean, 4 months we're staying here while we've gone below and now shit. Oh, fuck here. I made 8 minutes on this. I think I made the point here. So what's the key piece? We want to come up here. We want to get on the other side of this, come back. Yes, we do need to do a test, right? I can promise you whales will want to test it. All right, there's a bunch of supply come in. Let's get above it, right? Everybody's getting very excited now here. Oh, okay, let's make sure it's real. You could even come back here and test this structure right here, right? You could see it. You can just kind of see, oh, I can see how this, right? Okay, now what's that, right? Well, one thing I know it's not is the 3. 1, 2, right? So you start to do the projections, but you start using some wave projections, right? You don't have to be crazy. Just what's typical. If that's a 1, and if heavy emphasis on if that's a 1, that's a 2, what are we looking for the 3, right? It's a whole lot higher. Okay, enough on that. We've been through it to God knows how many times. Many of you have already fast forwarded or are about to leave. Okay, so let me get into the current. Oh, that's where we're going next. Okay, so here, this is the trickiness, right? So for those of you that love the puzzle, let's see, how can we solve this puzzle? Is there a clear answer here? Well, I think the swing structure here suggests that the best fit, right? If we're thinking about the right look here. I'm going to just draw it up right here as you can see it in the labeling. 1. Now, this is tricky, right? We're going 2 here, right? We looked at that last week. There's the 3, right? Now, here's the 4. Right now, is the 5 in? Well, maybe, maybe not, right? We'll look at that. But you looking at the, let's see. If I pull this back a little bit, pull it off to the side, right? That's not terrible. Now, you could certainly see the potential for this to have another leg on it. Right, so let's come back here for a second because there's some interesting things that are happening here, right? You don't see it at first, right? You got to know to look for it. Well, so first, this is a cluster F here, right? So, I mean, there's a couple of different ways you could deal with this. This is kind of for the Elliott junkie, right? I mean, could you count it? What's a simpler way to do it? You could probably get away with this. Some sort of, you're going to try and tuck it in there, 3, 4, 5. I think this is just a more sophisticated approach to it. Where we've got to go WXY, right? We looked at this last week, right? But there was a very similar over here in this same location, right? For whatever reason, this 20 to 19, right? There's a lot of congestion here, and we looked at this last week. Just pull it over, right? It's happening at the same place, right? Do you see it? Same place, right? There's all sorts of something's going on here, right? This, I promise you guys, this is not random, right? This is a key location for algos, whatever, right? There's something happening here. Look at all the resistance, its support, its resistance, triangle, something. This is a battleground here. Okay, so we come out of here. So this is for the Elliott heads. Yeah. Well, first, right? Can you do it? Can you do it? Right now, I'm giving you the answer here, right? And I gave it to you last week. That's a valid count. Now, is it the count? Well, I mean, it could get blown up, and right. I mean, this is. I think it's it's. Let's go with it's a valid count. Now, as we look at it here, this is a clusterfuck, right? I mean, but at the end of the day, what do we see here? We are not progressing the trend. We're just going sideways, and if we look at that, is it going to let me do this? Maybe not. Fuck here. We look at that relative to this, right? Very similar. All right, we're just going sideways. Here's the impulse, sideways. Here's the impulse. But what you'll note here, and this is, it just takes a little time having seen this before. So what I've done here is I've just wicked off the 1 and the 2, right? And then the 3 and the 4, right? The proposed 4. And well, if you just look at that, right now, note I'm out of log scale here because I don't need to be in log scale because I'm looking at a range of 18 to 22. I don't need log scale here. Well, do you see it? Right, right, members, you probably see this already. Well, what's here? Oh, let me try again. Here it is. Okay, so again, all I'm doing is I'm taking the distance of the 1 to the 2. So I'm going to do it. Well, let's do it this way. Let's come up here from the 1 to the 2. All right, so I'm just taking the length of the 2 because what I was looking for was parity in the 4. But when I did that and put on the wolf range, like, boom. Right, again, I can absolutely guarantee you that this is not happening randomly, right? As I've said this many, many, many times, right? We human beings, we're not that precise, right? What is that precise, right? Only software can do that. Now, only an algorithm can do it. So here's the range, retrace, right? I mean, that's not close. That's to the tick. Right, exactly 100% up. Here's our retrace. Now we've got this little range here. Now we're pushing here. That seems to be kind of an area that's important to the market. So if we take now that off, let's go back to our, let's just do the golden zone here. See what we've got here. Well, here we're not to the 50 yet. We looked at this here. We've got this little fair value gap here. So you see the imbalance here. So that's potentially down here as support. Could be why we didn't get there. We just double bottomed here. Breakout traders, how's your day going? Breakout traders. So here. Oh, we're going to the moon. Oh, shit. Oh, we're going to drop to the floor. Oh, shit. Oh, maybe we'll get it. Oh, no. I just keep continuing to mention this, right? This is just these are the worst places to enter, right? I'm not saying you don't want to be long. You don't want to enter there, right? I'm going to just keep harping on that until you guys stop doing it, right? But I saw it in the S&P and all the stock indexes, right? We know we day trade throughout the course of the day. Every single pivot low, right? But day traders, the breakout traders just get bent over time after. They never learn. Unfortunately, they never learn, right? So there's always a fresh group of them that's going to take that breakout and just like these guys. Just like these guys, right? They just get bent over, right? It's just, it's good that they're there. They provide liquidity. Okay, so this is a pretty slick count. Now, I've got a lot on here. You can certainly see the possibility here that we would have finished right here. But look at the 2 relative to the 4. And then this is going to be the 2. Right, so this would have to be, if we're complete here, this would have to be 1, 2, 1. Man, it doesn't fit. It doesn't have the right look. So I think we are better to put the 4 here, even though this is I don't even think it matters, right? Really, at the end of the day, what do we got here? We got a 3. The subdivision here, have at it, right? If you really want to dig in, if you want to challenge yourself, I don't think it really matters, right? It's just we're going to call it a flat, sideways. It's a 4. It's got all the characteristics of a 4. We've got this nice channeling here. Yeah, we've got a little sliding parallel on the middle of this, but look at that center line. All just exactly what you'd hope to see in an Elliott count. But what does this imply? Well, if that's completed, and if indeed. Well, let's put it all back together. Let's go to a 2 hour. Okay, where are we here? If this is the 2, oh shit, let's see, can I do it on yeah, I guess I can. Okay, is this what we're looking at in crypto in spot, right? Is it 1, 2? Well, what's that going to be? All right. I mean, we don't know that pivot is in. Note that that alert that I put on there. It got just shy of it. Didn't quite make it. So we get up to this pivot. We don't quite make that alert that I was looking for, because now here we have this big imbalance here. That's what those, what is that, kind of a goldish hue there? It's the imbalance, right? It's the gap between the bars, right? So we can see, we know there's obviously, right? We look how fast we moved here, right? Could there be unfilled orders here? Is that why we go right up to the edge of it and then we get kicked back? My point is, if this is 1, 2, well, this is, right, best case, right? This would be 1, 2, right? We come back here potentially, right? There's a demand zone. Can we get a 3 to come out of here, right? Let's do something sort of a 4, right? That's what we're after. Now there's mixed signals, right? We just looked at this last week on the CME futures, right? This cannot be the 2. I cannot, because it broke the low. So in futures, you're starting your count right here. This is your 1 of 1, right? And this is, you got a different count over there. It's making it tricky. It depends on what you're trading, but if you're trading spot, I don't think you would necessarily, it's kind of personal preference, right? How aggressive, conservative are you? If you're trading spot and we hold the 2 here, I think you're fine to trade that as the 1, 2. That's how I'm going to trade it, right? That's how I am trading it, as a 1, 2. The more conservative approach should say, hey, if it broke anywhere, then I'm holding until I get better clarity on where we are. The bigger problem isn't that, I might have a 1. I might have a 1, 2 here. That's not the problem. The bigger problem is, how are you finishing this? If it's not 1, 2, and this was a 4, oh, good luck finishing that. That's a nightmare. Jeez, I'm glad we don't have to try and figure that out. Oh God, how would you even do it? To finish that thing. Well, I'll cross that bridge if I need to. As it sits right now, looks like I've got an impulse off of this low. I mean, there's a couple of different ways here. What's the simplest thing I can see, right? It's just, can I simplify this thing? Okay, 1, 2, 3, right? Here, is that complicated? Look how complex this is. First, you got to figure this out. Oh, okay. I guess I can work the 1 there, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. I guess I can make that fly as a diag. Okay, so I got a 1. Now, this is a very difficult Elliott count. Very difficult, right? So if you're into Elliott Wave, right? Oh, God, juicy, right? Let me see. It's like, oh, good. Ooh, God, I love a good puzzle, right? I mean, I have senseis, members, right? People are like, oh, the harder the better, right? Let me see if I can do it, right? It's the challenge. Well, okay, but that's a little bit of an ego stroke. The bigger question is, well, how the fuck do we trade this, right? As we looked at it, we've been in this range here for 4 months. Are hodlers doing anything here? What are hodlers doing? They're just expressing their patience. Right? Now, so you might look at that and say, well, what's the downside to that? Well, of course, it's opportunity cost, right? If you're just sitting in Bitcoin here, right? I mean, time is passing, right? Certainly there are ways you could leverage that, we're going to start introducing some of those ways, or just as a result of we've gone sideways for so long. I just started looking around and said, okay, we got to come up with some different things we can do because we don't have good movement here. Well, certainly not in Bitcoin. We just have, well, fuck, if you're on the 5 minute, you got plenty of movement. But if you're on, where I would tell you the Elliott Wave is most effective is 60 minutes and above. Right? So that's been a long wait. Now here we're on, well, that's a 2 hour, right? So there's some, but this is volatility, but are we trending here? I mean, I suppose you'd say, okay, I got higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Oh, right. But that's all the ingredients. It's just a classic wedge right here. This is a very consistent reversal pattern. Elliottians are looking at it as an ending diag. You know, a classic technician is just going, fuck, as a wedge. Let's dig in here, just this final thing here, and then I'm going to move on here from this, because this is just heads up, right? So when I say, okay, the trading is difficult in here, oh, where do I want to do this? Oh, got so much shit in here. Do I have it here? Yeah. Yeah, let's do it here. Okay, let me hide some of this just to make this point here. So let me get, of course, I've got all the Sonar Lab stuff here, which we use now pretty much exclusively, and you'll find it on every one of our charts here. But I want you to see his. So if you look in here, you might look at this going, oh, Jesus Christ, what the hell am I doing with that? Shit, now I got to remember it. Okay, right. So I guess what I'm trying to get to. If you look at this and you say, okay, well, man, you're showing me this stuff on the 2 hour, right? You're showing me all this stuff on the 2 hour. So I don't know what this is, right? Is there a clear Elliott count here? Definitely not. Is it tradable? Is it? Well, if I were, wanted to go down to a smaller time frame and try and trade this, what's the first thing you would start looking for? Right, I mean, I'm assuming, right, members and people who follow me here. What's the first thing I'm going to do, right? I mean, shit. I mean, I'm assuming at this point you've got a fairly good idea of how I approach the market because it's what I teach, right? So I'm very consistent about it. So what am I going to be looking for in here? Well, first question is where's the algo? What did it do last? And we'll dig into a couple of bits here. But if I take this pivot here, the first thing I'm going to come down here is go here. So let's just look at them, right? So here's the swing, here's the retrace. Right? Note, not the 618 golden zone, straight to target. So is that tradable? Oh shit! What is it tradable? Well, it's 541 right there. Well, not bad. What was the percentage return there, right? So it's not bad for a little day trade. What happens next? What's the next thing we're looking for? Now you look here and say, oh, yeah, that's just wick. Right? Just wick, right? Got to have a close above. Get you up, back up here. Did they stay with it? Did they? Did they stay with it? Look at that. It's to the tick. What's our launch point? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to do to try and help you guys, right? I mean, I've shown it, again, like I said, 10,000, 15,000 times. So I'd like to think you guys know to look for it. 50, 50. Now, this is why I have that alert there. All right, so you understand. So if this is the 2, and we've gone here, we've double bottomed down here. Oh, shit, it's not quite, right? But within a few ticks. I do shift here, so which seems to be framing the 4, this double bottom here, and I launched straight up via an impulse, but I didn't quite get there. Front run, could it be that we got into this fair value gap? Certainly could, possibly. Oh God, let's see here. Not quite. Oh, maybe the 2, got it. There it is. 2 to the 3, 1, 2. That looks like third targets here. Let's get them all on there. Third, almost got fourth target. Does that look like it's done? Well, you can see the, oh shit, let's go to 30 minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, nice little ABC here. Oh, it's a skinny finish. Well, okay, so your first thought wouldn't be that it's done, right? Your first thought would be, oh, of course, right? We're going to look for a 3 here. Let's come down a little bit. So ABC, okay. So what else? What's another possibility, right? That the 5th is not in yet, right? We're going to have to do it this way. And maybe we've got a 4 coming over here, but you'd be a little pushed there because the size of the 4 doesn't start to make sense. Now, additionally, right, this is where there's a destination in mind here. This is where some Elliott Wave can be useful, right? So if you're not using Elliott Wave, you're looking at this going, well, shit, I don't know. But if you know a little, just a little bit Elliott Wave, right? Just in terms of wave tendencies, right? What do we typically see? What's oh, come here. What do I want? Shift. That keeps a straight line. Well, if this is the 3-4 and that's the 5, right? So how could I help identify that? Well, what's the most common location for a wave 3? Let's just start there. Before we get into a whole lot of what is it? Well, what's the most common swing relationship between the 1 and the 3? The most common is between the 175 and the 1618. Where do we go? See, wouldn't that be advantageous to you to say, oh, okay, oh, I got to swing here. I got to swing. Oh, if you don't know to measure that, if you don't know, oh, could that be the 3? Well, now we don't know for sure it's the 3, but certainly looking here, wouldn't that have been, if we're coming back to the 4, we don't overlap the 1 and we start to go, wouldn't you find advantage knowing that, hey, I got a contender here for the 5th, which would imply, right, we're going to have higher prices. That's kind of deep on the 4 relative to that 2. Does it hold? How about all the way back to the 1 since it's so deep, right? There's the 50. But here's the 2. We're in between the 50 and the golden zone. We don't overlap the 1. Third target. What about this? Oh, I don't know, man. Shit, I don't know. What's next? Ooh. What's happening here? Right? If it's not there, if you're like, oh, shit, I'm not sure. How about this one? Right, because what are we trying to do? We're trying to figure out what the algo did last. Well, there's dominant to dominant. There's dominant to dominant, right? So if this is done here. Oh, hang on 1 second. There we go. Dog's on high alert. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I'm going to go swing low, swing high, if I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll get a 2 here. Maybe I'll get a 2. Well, where would I be looking for the 2? 50. Now, do I know that's the 2? Well, it sure doesn't look like that's a 3, does it? So, but now if we start to put that again, this is as rudimentary as Elliott can get. Now, I don't know that we're not going up here, but, okay, something like that. Oh. Now, do I know that's what's coming? Of course not. But do I have an advantage over someone who's not applying Elliott Wave? Abso-fucking-lutely. It's an advantage. Right? And where I'm headed to all of this is that you don't need to do this. Right? And I've got a new member who's reached out to me. I'm going to kind of use him as a test case. First, I'm going to show you the advantage of this. And granted, could we go through labeling this? Yeah, I've got members that are so into it. I'm going to get, I'm literally saying this to my members right now. I want to see what you get for this. In some respects, as I said when I started, I don't think it matters, right? Once we get this, I don't think it matters. But can you do it? One of the things that we have in here, right? Is, oh, Jesus, here I am digressing. But I'm just show you this. This is a new feature here. Here I am bouncing around. This is a new feature, but it's such a good one here. And I asked Jens over at Sonar to enable it for me so I could show you this. This is a new feature from Sonar. Again, I cannot recommend these guys anymore highly. If you're into market structure on TradingView, this is as good as it gets. If you're interested, right, our link is below, right? You know, right, I've mentioned this many times. We partnered with them. You'll get a little discount if you use our link, which is in, oh shit, I changed it now. It's link bio. It's directly underneath this video. You'll see a little, if you use TD10, you'll get 10% off there. off their monthly, right? Save you a little dough if you use our link. Okay, but moving aside, this is the trend line liquidity, because we know that trend lines, and I'm going to digress just a little bit here, but trend lines like this are great examples of opportunities to find liquidity. So you see, here's a good example of it right here. So you see this trend line here, right? So what the, oh shit, this is going to be a little bit of a mini lesson. Okay, so can I do it here? Well, let's just do it this way. Shit, here I am digressing. All right, let's just use something like that. I don't really want to do this here, but let's go ahead and do it. Okay, so here's what happens, right? So the average trader, oh, let's do it like that. That's new to the market. I don't know that it matters here. We'll do something like this. That's new to the market right now. Elliott aside, right? Just a trend line, right? So we know what a trend line. Okay, let's be clear, right? A trend line is just like horizontal support and resistance, just on an angle, right? That's all it is, right? It's just a dynamic support and resistance, right? It's the same concept as this, right? As we just looked at it, like with the Wolf range, right? We can see horizontal support and resistance. It's just, for whatever reason, it's much easier to get our head around that. Okay, we put it on an angle, right? Same difference. Well, what the novice trader is taught, right? And this is, so of course, right? Because professional traders know this. Again, call them what you like, right? Let's just call them professionals. Professionals know that the way the novice trader is taught to trade is that, oh, a trend line break. Oh, wow, trend line break, trend change. Well, the guy who really pioneered this, let me pull this back a little bit, right? It was really, as far as I know, he's the first one to really teach this, right? Is Al Brooks, right? Who's a price action trader. And what he will show you in more examples than you'll believe is that a trend line break is just a grab. Well, I shouldn't say, there are no absolutes in trading. Very often, what's happening here is this is a liquidity grab, because they know that the amateur trader has been told to put their stop on the other side of the trend line. So the trend line break is really designed to suck in amateurs, retail, the inexperienced. Right, that's bait right here. Oh, trend line break. Oh, you better short it. But in reality, the trend line break is most often, right, if we get a break, is a precursor to one more push. Oh shit, here, let's do that again. One more push to get a new high, right? One more swing up, right? To break this high. That's very commonly what you'll experience with a trend line break. So here's an example of it. Right? Oh, geez, beautiful. Right. So here's the trend line coming off of this low. Here we're breaking. What does the amateur think? Oh, fuck! Look at that. Bitcoin's going down hard. Right. Here's the last pivot high. Well, here that's just wick. Right. The implication is the break is the setup for one more push to get to a new high. So when you don't fall into this, right, and if anything, right, the alternative would be, if it's not going to do this here, you'd be looking for that retrace, and that would be a potential entry for the short. If we can't get back in and we start to roll over, at least you're using that location as it's essentially being tested, right? Test it. What happens here? Supply coming in. Oh, supply's coming in. Right now, again, what would that look like? Right, just a head and shoulders. Call it an M. Right, it's not like we don't see this, right? And it could also be, this could be 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. But this first break here, it's very dangerous here to say, oh shit, I'm jump on the first break. If you thought, oh, the break is setting up for the sell, and you had a scenario like this where, oh shit, I can see what happened here. This is just a liquidity grab up at the highs. Oh, here, grab all the liquidity down. Let's test it. Let's test it from below. Down we go. But this is not the entry you want. Now, when I say that, it's much like a breakout. If this had never worked, right, people wouldn't do it. So you buy your Trading 101, oh, see a trend line break, jump on that, and they'll show you 20 examples of, where that trend line break worked. But in reality, in the real movement of the market, this is a sucker play. They're baiting you. Please, retail, take that. Just like a breakout is the please, retail, take that. Take the breakout. Please take it. Please take it. Come on, you want it. Come on, take it. Take it. Now, how about here? Oh, right? Hey, look, that was a good breakout. Well, if we're going to have a 1-2, there's going to need to be a breakout of the 1. So it's not like I'm telling you the breakouts don't ever materialize. Of course they do. You'd never have a single impulse if they didn't. The wave 1 has to be broken. It's just, I continually tell you, that's not where you enter. You want to enter down below and be long going into it, right? You never ever want to enter there or sell here, right? Those are that you're just asking to be bent over. Just like I can guarantee you somebody sold it right there. Why would they have sold it there? Oh shit, trend line break. Oh, off we go. Okay, oh shit, 35. One of these days I'm going to become a professional video person, but I'm not there yet. Okay, so I'm just all over the place, right? Love me or hate me, here's what we're doing. Okay, so I had I think we've got enough Elliott here. Right, we've got a contender here, and until we see what's happening here, there's not much to do, right? If you didn't take advantage of any of this, if you're not long from any of this, any of the stuff we were looking at, if you're not long from this, now many of you may not have been trading today because we had the potential for high volatility, and who knows which way that's going to go, right? What does the market do? Look at the stock indexes today; they're all over the fucking place, right? There's so much. Oh, it's just fear and greed all over. It's just being amplified, right? Because everything is we're at such extremes. There's so much nervous energy in the markets. So we panic down. Now look at them. Now they're screaming higher. Oh no, maybe it's not so bad. It's just all over the place. This is high volatility, but it's definitely challenging trading. Nothing seems to make sense. Oh my God, look how hot the job market is. Oh my God, the Fed's going to have to continue to hike until oblivion. The market's now rallying. Right, what the market will do is anything and everything it can to confuse the most people at all times. Right, that's a very consistent phenomenon in the market. Right, what do people think? Oh my God, look at that report, that jobs report. Oh my God, market's going to crater. Well, we're halfway back to what we did this morning as I turn my head. Okay, let me. Shit, this is going to be a long one. Oh, do I want to stop here? Let me hang off. All right, we'll give it a try. I'll try and go through it relatively quickly so we don't end up with a 60-minute video. Okay, so we look here. We've got a contender for completed impulse, but we certainly have, with this being a perfect 50 and coming right back to the support here, a contender, perhaps, right? It doesn't look like it would be done, but you're late to the part. You don't want to be buying it right there. Well, I got to catch myself. I wouldn't buy it right there myself, right? If I'm going to buy it here off of, oh, this is encouraging, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher, oh, but barely, right? Higher low, higher high. If I'm trying to buy it here, I want to see a nice 3 here. I mean, I'm down to a 30-minute. I'd like to see a 3 there on the idea that, oh, I'm going to get a kicker here in the 5th. Oh, maybe that's just the 1-2, and I'm going to get another rip in the 5th for 3, 4, 5. And we're going to get, now look where I am, right? Though. Right, I'm right back into that giant. Well, you can just hear the giant imbalance from when we went down. Ooh, that's going to be tough to get through. Right, there's going to need to be fuel. There's going to need to be a catalyst to get that to roll. Oh shit, I got to get through all of that. Right, how many orders are unfilled here? How many? You think bears are going to be defending here? Well, one thing, right, and again, we've looked at this many times, right? So let's just check it right here. Right, that's close. Oh, shit. Nope, it's just wick, right? So we have, let me get that right. Yeah. Oh, pardon me. Hey, maybe we've got a close here on the 30-minute. That would be encouraging. I think we do. Let me just dial that in here. Make sure I'm on the pivot. Hang on. These things, right? It squishes me down so it can show me all of them. Okay, let's get this one first, right? So we've looked at this one, right? Here's the 50 to the tick, golden zone to the tick. We're in the golden zone. Oh, encouraging, right? Now, but we got to look at this. Oh, is that my low? Oh, it's a double bottom. It is. This is my absolute low. Okay, so we have it, right? So here's the tiniest little edge you'd give to bulls, right? Because it's not a convincing, but we did get one close above the 65. So you'd give the slight edge here because it's not a rip-roaring close above, and there's that little pivot. I want to get that broken here at 21,387. I want to get that broken to say, okay, we are officially out of the range of the sell-side algo from, right, not permanently, just from this pivot, right? So what's the next thing we got to do, right? We got to go back pivot, right? Well, I'd probably go to this one. Now I'm right at the 50. Next up, the golden zone from this one. And once we get to that one, then we got to go to that one, right? So it's just like clockwork. Oh, we missed one. We go back here. Where's the last dominant? Right here. Here's my last low. Or here, I guess this is the lower low, right? That is the key there, 22,756. I got to get on the other side of this convincingly. And it can't be just a little, it can't be just, oh, right? I want something much more. I want to be, no way, they're still there. I want that blown out, right? To get very bullish. Well, then you start looking at this going, oh, well, could we have 1, 2, 3, 4, how far, all right? What's reasonable here? Could we do that? Well, again, we kind of use, right? If it's not going to be, well, let's do the 1 first relative to the 4. Well, here would be 1618, right? That's a pretty good extension for the 5th relative to the 1. Now, can go higher, sure, right? There's 200% the 1. It starts to not have the right look, though, right? I mean, could we go 2618, right? Now we're to that pivot. It starts to, you'd be thinking, oh, shit, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? If we get something like that. Maybe, right? These would be very, very high-class problems for bulls. All right. I think now we're just a little bit, if you're not already in here, right, you're just a little bit of a waiting game. That's, that's too dangerous to buy. It might be, in my opinion, right? That's not one to buy. So you look at it and you go, well, come on, man, it's going straight up. Why would you not buy that? Well, let's see. If you liked it here, what are you trading for? You are anticipating the breakout here? You're anticipating I'm going to get from 21.1, I'm going to get up to 21.2. Okay, well, boy, you better hope that there is no profit taking on the way to that pivot. Now, you might, right? Because what's up there? What do we know is up there? Liquidity, right? We know there's stops there. We know it, right? You don't have to wonder, right? Anyone that sold up here is going to be defending. They're going to have their stop right there. Oh, you had that nice trade. Oh, here it comes creeping back. What do we do? Creeping back. Right? Does it look like it's done? Does it look like that correction's done? I mean, you go to 15. You got a 3 in there. That looks like a 5, doesn't it? God, are we gonna have to? Well, no. The first problem is, it doesn't look like you got an impulse here. Jesus, do I have to go to a 5-minute? Oh God, I do. Here's. Well, let's see if we can. Boy, if we're gonna get that. Oh shit! Here I'm using up the little bit of time. Maybe I'll save that other stuff for next week. That's a squeeze. I can't say I love that, but okay, right? If this is going to be a significant pivot, we're probably stuck with that. Well, you don't have a good 1 there, but well, you might have to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Doesn't look like a B, does it? Well, we're gonna. Oh shit! Can we even? We might have to do this. A. I don't really want to do that. B. Oh, shit. Where's the C? C here. No, I'm not sure what we've got here. That does not look like a completed impulse, but it also doesn't look like a 3. You don't really have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe you can get a 5 there. So you're gonna have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's ugly. 1 A, B, C. Yeah. Jesus, here's what I definitely don't want to do, but I may be stuck with it. That I would be uncomfortable trading off of that myself, right? It's too wackadoodle. I would be uncomfortable trading that. Correction's in, here we go. Even though, boy, look, it looks like I got a nice 5 here. Although you're a little semi-fucked here. But okay, we can do the expanded B. 3, 4, 5. Oh shit, how am I doing? 44? I think I'm out of time. I'll do the other stuff next week. It's just I've been too talkative over here. Here I thought I was going to spend 10 minutes on Elliott, and I can't get off of it. Okay, I'm going to finish with 2 quick things. One thing, this should be encouraging for alt traders. Let me get this done here. Right, so this at least we have some movement here. This will be interesting. We'll probably be back for a touch up on this and see how we resolved over the weekend on Monday. But I wanted to show this one here because this is a good. Often I'm going to bring this over in Motive Wave here. This is often considered a good proxy for just the health of the alt market and how the alt market is looking. So this is ETH to Bitcoin. Right, again. Where are we going back here? I'm going to the 19 low. There's a pretty decent impulse that's underway here. So if I put it into so you can see it a little bit better. So 1, 2, 3, got a clear 4. The channeling's good. I got this leading diag into the 1. It's a 5-3-5-3-5 leading diag into the 1, clear 3 into the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pardon me, here's the 4 of that internal, right? There's the internal, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finishes it. So I've got a 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, 4. This looks like 1, 2. So we're here, what did we do? Not quite that. Between the 38 and the 50 for the 4, right? Right where you'd look for it. Nice channeling here, a little throw over here. Here's the 1, 2. We get literally 50 to the tick. So potentially there's the 1, right? You can see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 1, 2. Kind of a free fall too. But if we're going up, right, where's the high probability location, right? 1618, 175. That's good for alts, right? Which is healthy for the market in general, right? We have a good alt season. Well, Bitcoin will go with it, but it may not lead. So as we look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, if we're going to go, get your alt party ready to roll. Oh, what else did I have last up? I think I had an ETH here. We'll take a quick peek at ETH. Right, we looked at this, right? This nice corner here. Looks like we're underway here. We got to get one more little kick here for this to be setting up. Now, what are we trying to set up? The 1 of the 3. Right, so we know that this is, if we can get this here, we're not going to have this. And well, I shouldn't say that. Low probability we're going to have that, right? To where you'd be thinking, oh shit, look at that extension in the 5th. Wow, what a ripping 3. Likely, well, let's just think about it. We know from this pivot, what do we know? As long as that pivot holds, we have 80% probability to get to that median line. That's pretty good odds. That's why I'm long ETH and continue to add. In many respects off of that. Now, this is straight wick. That was a wick pump. We actually do have wick go through the golden zone here. But boy, is that teed up to fly. Oh, that's an 8-hour. Let's go. Let's go to here. What do I got here? Let's go to a 3-hour. Hard not to like it. Hard not to like the count, right? So here's, again, another example where the Elliott is like, okay, I can kind of track along here. This is an advantage for me as opposed to someone who's not using it. Let's get you right there. Right on that pivot. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, what would have to happen there? If this is the 1 and that if that's going to hold as the 4, whew, that's a big push in the 5. Maybe too much, right? So the very common would be 100% the length of the 1 in the 5th, right? So if we put this in here, that's not bad news, right? Well, if I don't have it, right? But you can certainly see a path to this. Remember liquidity, right? So, we're going to grab all the liquidity up here. Breakout traders, what are they doing? They're like, oh, go. Oh, come on. This time, there's the B, right? To the C. So breakout traders, bent over again, people with a little Elliott Wave knowledge or just a sense of how the market tends to move, right? We push, we retrace, push, retrace. This is all the market ever does. It's all it can do. It can do this, it can do variation, but that's all, or 2-dimension, that's all it can do. So we look here and we say, oh, okay. I got this nice 3 here. Oh, I'm looking for a 5. If I get a 5, what am I looking for? 3. So if I got a 5 and I got a 3, are you not just a little bit more confident in that pull there? And if you don't, like shit, I don't know, I'm not sure. Wait, take that one. Are you not a little more, here, let's label it. Does this not get you a little bit more convicted? Oh shit, there it is. Fuck, yeah, I got it. I see it. Now that does not mean that this can't free fall. That is never, ever what we're saying. It just means I've got a nice low risk entry here, which is the name of the game. Never, ever, ever do that, ever, right? It's just not a matter of if, just a matter of when you're going to blow your account up. Never, right? I'd rather take 25 little stops there than do this one time. Because if I do it once, I'll do it again. And if I get away with it once, that's even worse, because then I will definitely do it again. Discipline, and patience. Discipline. This is what, fuck, I didn't want to get stopped out, man. I just gave it a little more room. Oh, well, it's not going to get that pivot, right? I know I have 80% odds. Oh, so I definitely, I can put it down here. Oh, well, it didn't get that. Well, maybe it'll be the lower pivot. I'll get that. So I'm just going to give it a little bit more room, right? And then that's when they're emailing me. Oh, man, I blew my account up. Maybe this Elliott Wave stuff would help me. It's all self-inflicted, right? You never had to do it. Right, you could have just stayed right there. And here's the problem, though. This is traders' reality. If you fuck up like that, and you can't undo it, it'll just the worst thing you can do is say, well, let me see what happens. Okay, maybe I'll DCA into it. Well, you better have really good TA skills, and you better know exactly where the absolute last point you can hold it to, because then we start going, oh shit, I'll fix this. I'll fix it. Oh, I'll do some here. I'll go to something. I'll go to the 3S long, and I'll fix this here, and I'll go short. And then as soon as you start thinking, okay, I'm now going to fix this because I fucked up, right? Oh, I shouldn't have moved it. Okay, I'm going to go to the 3X long in Ethereum or if in the short. I'm going to go in the three. What am I trying to say? The 3S. Short, right? So it's 3 times the leverage. You're trying to go short. You're trying to fix this because it's going down. The second you do that, it'll do that. You see, because the market has an unbelievable capacity to punish mistakes, right? It will punish you until you stop doing it. So if you did that and it starts to move against you, just don't think I can fix it. Just get out. Recognize, oh fuck, God damn it. All right, I made a mistake, but I can recover from that. If it does this, you can't recover. It'll take so long to recover, the higher probability you're going to be adding capital to your account rather than fixing the damage you did with all the winners you're going to have. No, not likely, man. So, which is why you never do it. You got to build a reflex. Oh fuck, I fucked up. Get out. Because I promise you, it'll just keep going. And then if you try to fix it, the second you try and fix it, oh shit, I knew it was going to go right. And now you're in woulda, shoulda, coulda, and you're completely you're in a mind. You're so mind fucked you don't even know what to do, right? And then again, that's about the time they start looking for an educator. All right, guys, holy shit, this was going to be a short one, and I've gone 52 minutes. Okay, hopefully you got something out of it here. I think this is kind of interesting times we're in, right? Very, very, very volatile, right? We see the swings that we're seeing here. Oh shit, where's the market here? So last thing here, I was going to show this here, just to remind you guys here that the market does not matter. It just does not matter. Oh shit, now I got to find it. Where was it? Here it is. Okay, here, this is, here, we'll just do this. This is the S&P. Okay, here's the swing to the low. On the retrace, what do? Golden zone. We come down, what do? 50. Look here. Do you see how this is come here? So we come back up 50, golden zone, hit the 6, no, it's front run on the 618, can't get there, back down, golden zone. Right, look, golden zone. Right, where do we come back down? 50. That's where we put the low in today. Again, the market does not matter, right? And this one, right, see here, I show you these all day long. Right, and you say here, oh, it's just wick, right? That was just a pump wick, right? So it's not a close, all the way down. Same thing, over and over and over, right? There it is, right? Another golden zone. It's just nonstop, right? Market doesn't matter. This algo dominates every single market with any decent volume, right? You have to know what this is doing, right? Again, market doesn't matter. I've shown this, and there is no market where you won't find this. None. Zip, zero. I defy you to find one. You won't, right? That's an easy bet for me to make. I will bet you can't find one where I can't find this 10 times. Okay, guys, have a good weekend. If you're getting something out of this and you'd like to, dig into a little of this Elliott Wave trading here, well, I think we can probably help you. You can join us for free, right? Join with a white belt, start there. That's common. Then you go to social. That's only $49 a month. You join us in social, get all everything but the upper belts. You come in, say, make sure this is the place you want to be. Then you go for the upper belts. Okay, guys, have a good weekend. I think we're back on Monday. It's either Monday or Tuesday, depending on what the members are posting for us. So we'll be back early part of next week. Likely we'll have a little update on Bitcoin and some of the things that we covered today. I appreciate you guys. If you want to support the channel, you know all the stuff to do, right? Hit the like and subscribe. I never say any of that stuff, but I probably should. Okay, guys, have a good weekend. I'll catch you on Monday.